I played a lot of platformers back in the Super Nintendo days when I was but a wee 3-foot tall child, and even though I got to play a red plumber, a blue bomber, and a pink demon, I never got to play a purple asshole like I've always wanted. Imagine then the tensile strength of my wiener when I learned about Nefarious. Nefarious is a 2D side-scrolling platformer developed by Starblade Games that pays homage to a number of games from the 90s, and lets you assume control of a villain by the name of Crow! Crow's weapon of choice are launchable grenades that you can use to blow up enemies or manipulate to jump on, alongside a power fist used for giving enemies the hands. Both of these weapons can be modified by collecting lucre and purchasing upgrades in your airship. I mean, if it were up to me, I would have my minion upgrade my shit for free, but I don't know, you do you, man. Although the game plays like a traditional platformer, your goal is to kidnap a princess in each of the main stages, and you end up utilizing their unique abilities to finish off the levels. To top it off, the boss fights in Nefarious switch the roles, what with you being the boss and all. Although these are essentially regular boss fights with a different coat of paint, the switch in perspective lets you immerse yourself as the bad guy, and you really get a sense of how annoying the good guys can actually be. This game absolutely excels in its atmosphere and presentation, and honestly, it looks like what Mighty No. 9 should have been. Crow comes off as endearing and dim-witted, yet competent, so it's easy to get on his side if you can ignore the fact that he's trying to destroy everything you've ever known. The other characters have defined personalities and distinct designs, so it's easy to attach yourself to them individually. Whoa, check out this bad bitch! Oh yeah, baby, throw that ass in a circle! Each kingdom you enter has a different feel from one another, from the stage music to the enemies to the color palette. It's this type of stage design that makes Nefarious really feel like a throwback to previous generations of games. Nefarious also goes out of its way to have stages with fundamentally different gameplay, like this train robbing sequence that focuses more on taking out enemies, a dating show scene that gets you into the mind of the characters a little more, and a calming underwater sequence where you bond with the tsundere bee princess in a small submarine? Oh, I'm literally diamonds! I found that there were a wide variety of mechanics incorporated into the game, but only used in a limited quantity. Take this power for example. It allows Crow to create a temporary bridge out of the arc of his grenade, and it acts as a platform he can utilize to either avoid death or get to an out-of-reach collectible. I would have loved to see this ability used in other stages, but this is actually the only one where it happens. And that's where the weakness of the gameplay design really shows. The platforming is worse off because of how the powers are implemented. It felt early on that grenade jumping was going to be a core mechanic, but there are only a few situations where they're really useful, and most of the time it's to collect lucre. This is solely due to the upgrade paths. Since there are 2 upgrades that disable grenade jumping, it can't in all fairness be used in every level. In fact, the moments that had the grenade jumping blocks were honestly fun, but they were given in short bursts rather than in a steady stream. To that degree, this jumping mechanic could have opened up doors for more vertical stages, but everything is laid out horizontally and doesn't fully use the tools that it has. Like I mentioned earlier, I wish that the princess powers could be used in other stages because they fundamentally change how you approach a situation. Using the grenade bridges or the bee's thick fucking ass as an option could have added a much needed amount of depth to a stage's layout. All of that said, I still had a really fun time with Nefarious, and it's going to be a game that I'll definitely remember in the long run. The writing, visuals, music, and atmosphere really make the game stand out, and you can tell that the devs had fun piecing everything together. It's difficult for a game to make you fall in love with its world, but Nefarious happens to do this quickly and effortlessly. I don't think of this game's shortcomings as negatives necessarily, but it's crazy to see how much potential this game has, and I hope the team can move forward with other projects. I'm Dennis the Tall, and I think I'm sexually attracted to insects.